see that shit? And my cousin's 10 years older. I'm like, you don't have a credit card? And he goes, why don't I put on my credit card? I'm like, you're fucking stupid. So guess what I did? I got the credit card and I swiped it. So I got a
We need keys so we can get a white points for the other transit.
Okay, for
My
sure.
way to the my car's at the end of the block, make a right.
Damn.
And the block, make a right.
Yeah, up the block.
Make it right.
Look at Lester. He's like, fuck you. In
my truck.
Hey, that's not. Hey, that's called leadership though. Good job, Lester. Yeah.
Huh? I gotta do it, bro.
You gotta do it.
Nobody else gonna do it.
So I didn't sleep that night. Like, man, you guys don't understand. I didn't sleep. I'm talking about I had work in the morning. I just fucking didn't sleep. I'm thinking to myself, damn, I could be a millionaire in 6 months. Okay, let's do this shit right. So at the time, I didn't have internet, so I'm like, okay. So what was the company called? Okay, so I'm like, okay, I started drawing circles on a piece of paper. No one taught me how to make a list. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call all these friends. So I made a list. I'm gonna call him, call him, call him, call him, call him. Long story short, guys, I was 19 years old. That's how I got exposed to network marketing. My first 6 months, I failed. My biggest check was $1 and I think 28 cents or 78 cents. And I wish I could frame that thing, man. I couldn't. I needed the money. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got a dollar. You know. My first 6 months, it was like $1 and something and some change, and you know, hey, you know, McDonald's, you could buy two. You know what I mean? two double cheese, plain, you know, 2 double cheese. Yeah. So I needed to cash it, but I wish I would have kept it. And the only reason why I got that check was my mom. It was a different company, and my mom says, "Hey, I'll support you." And she bought a flight to come to San Diego, and I made $1. And you know what? Here, I gotta tell you guys though, I think that's why I'm still in network marketing today. Because when I got the check 2 months, it was 2 months later, by the way. When I got the check 2 months later, I'm like, oh shit, this was real. I was like, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was ecstatic, man. $1.28, or it was like $1.78. I'm like, damn. Because in the beginning, he was talking about circles. You make a little bit of money, and then over time, you start making. I'm like, oh shit, so if I just do this enough times, I'll make some more money. See, the one check, I didn't care if it was $50, $200, $100, $20, $1.78. The one check made me a believer that it worked.
Yeah.
It's called a belief check. It's called a belief check. And if you're building this business with people today, you got to help people. You got to help people in your group that get started. You got to create them a belief check.
Yeah.
And it's not people's fault that they quit in their first 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why people quit in network marketing is because they have weak sponsors. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, most of the time, I don't want to say all the time, but most of the time, I would say 75% of the time people quit in the first 30 days is because they have weak sponsors. So what does that mean? You got to work on yourself. You know, don't treat this like, okay, I'm going to do it on this day. No, I mean, you really want to make a lot of money, you want to change your life. I mean, you got to take it somewhat seriously. So anyways, fast forward, I had a sour taste about the business, but I still believed in it. Not a sour taste, because here's what happened to me. I called 30 friends. I said, we're going to get rich. And they go, but how? Okay, get a piece of paper out on the phone. I want you to draw a circle, okay? And then draw 6 circles below that. And then we're going to tell our friends to invest $500, and in 6 months, we're going to be millionaires. Some hung up. Some said I was stupid. Some said I was crazy. Some said I was crazy. And some said I was crazy. Okay? First 30 people joining network marketing. My uncle was in a network marketing company called Market America. It was the first binary compensation plan. It was huge international. So I was 20. Now I'm like 19 years old. My uncle's, for some reason, he probably couldn't recruit either. So he's like, he bought like 2 or 3 convention tickets, and he got an extra one. He's like, you should come with me. I'm like, shit, I'm down to hang out with some rich, successful people. I didn't know that was the company, so I go. He goes, you could network with these people and maybe you could recruit them into yours. I'm like, okay. I didn't know it, I didn't know he was, so I go there. And so, 3 hours into the presentation, they were doing recognition. 30 people walk up on stage and I hear this. $10,000 a month. I'm thinking to myself, am I fucking in the right place right now? There's like 10,000 people. 15 people walk up on stage and go, $20,000 a month. You understand? I've been in network marketing now for like 6 to 8 months. Didn't make any money yet. And these people can't speak English. that's what was going through my mind. Like, I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. Some of you guys are like, what? Like, that's what's happening, okay? 10 people walk up on stage. $50,000 a month. So I was about ready to leave my seat and get the hell out of there. Because I was getting angry. I'm like thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on right now? 5 people walk up on stage. $100,000 a month. That's what they were saying. And so I'm like thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on? So I get out of my seat and I start going in the back and I do one of these. I don't know if you guys ever do that. I do one of these. Start thinking now, right? Okay. There's got to be. They're doing something different. I don't know how they're selling. They're fucking. They have a gun. They have grenades at the house. And you're getting started tonight.
Right.
And so I never forget this guy. The guy goes, PhD, $250,000 a month, public high school diploma. I was like to myself, if that fucking idiot can do it and make $250,000 a month, I'm gonna make $1 million a month because I can speak English and 2 other languages. And that was the moment for me. That was the very moment for me, my business changed. So, in life, there's things that happen, aha moments. That was my tipping point. That was for me. I saw people that couldn't speak English making $100,000 a month. That's what was like. That was just the aha. That was it. I'm like, it can happen. That was it. So I get involved in a new company called Speech Phone. You can look me up, Speech Phone Direct. I'm on the video. You can look me up. 2 minutes. I'm in a company called Speech Phone Direct, and I ended up becoming a co-founder for that company. And I ended up doing pretty well. I got hired at corporate, and I think the difference maker for me was I would practice in the mirror all the time and present. Because I knew that my time was going to come. And when I got the chance, the opportunity, I was going to show the whole world that I was a great speaker. Did I suck? Absolutely. Would it hurt me? I was like, it's like, I remember I got an award in that company, and here's what I said. 1 minute, 2 minutes. We gotta go now.
Oh, you looking at me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, 2 minutes, sir. Okay.
Whatever, do your speech, but, I gotta go to sleep.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. I got an award in that company, and the CEO brings me up, and I said, thank you, and boom, I walked out. I'm going down. The CEO is, wait a minute, come back up here and share your story. And I'm sweating balls. I'm like, what the fuck do I say? So I go, hi, my name is Jed Buenaluz. I was working at the bank and I never looked back. And I got out. And I probably gave 1 or 2 more sentences. And, but I gotta tell you, I was practicing every day. They were telling me to go speak to people. They were telling me to recruit, and I couldn't get people to recruit. And finally something clicked, man. And what clicked was all the people in the front made the most money. That's what clicked for me. I said, shit, I need to get in the front of the room and start speaking then. That's what clicked. They go, all the people in the front. I'm like, because I observed it. I'm like, okay, there's some people that make a lot of money. There's some that don't. And there's some that complain and moan and never make any money in this business. I said, what the fuck? They all live on planet Earth. We all have 24 hours a day. Some of the ones that are making 10 grand a month can't speak for shit. Some of them are making 5 grand a month are like idiots, and the ones making 2 or 3 grand a month are like geniuses. So I said, what's the difference? And I started observing. I'm like, you ever get into that mode where you're like, your mind starts to think like, what's the difference? And I realized the secret was yourself. The secret was me. There is no I in team, but there is I in win, right? Remember that? Elena and I were we were talking about that the other day. There's no I in team, but there's I in win. And I realized that you have to be in front of the room to make a lot of money. Do you guys notice that? Yeah. The people that make the most money are usually in front of the room. And here's what I realized. The last speaker is usually the one that's the richest out of all. So, I started speaking in front of the room. Long story short, because we got to get out of here. And throughout this journey of network marketing, I joined another company. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I've driven 5 hours and nobody showed up.
Wow.
I had people quit on me. I've had people make fun of me. I've had people, I used to park my van 2 blocks away before I did a home event. And when I showed up to people's houses, I say, oh, you know, I thought your house was on the other side. And I would walk with a whiteboard. Because imagine me rolling up in a 1987 Scooby-Doo van. It would not make sense me trying to convince you to, or me trying to share with you how to get rich. So, the crazy part about network marketing in this business, you see Jed Buenaluz and some of the leaders in front of the room. Oh, this guy's making $250,000 a year, almost $500,000 a year. But you don't see the sweat equity and the hard work that I put in behind the scenes. See, most of the prospects and our friends go, well, that guy can do it. But they don't see the hard work. I was giving an example. You know, I don't care if you're whatever fan you are in basketball, who gives a shit, right? But the people that win the championships, they see like LeBron, they see Kobe, they see Dwayne Wade, they see all these people, Kevin Durant, as like these successful people. But they don't see the hard work, the practices that they go through. The off-season practices, the extra jump shots, the mindset drills, all of that stuff is an effect of becoming successful. So don't look at me for who I am today, just look at me for where I started, man. I started from nothing. And I want to encourage you guys, you could be in the same boat as I am today. But it's going to take a little bit more practice, it's going to be a little bit more work. Some of you guys are like, I can't get my friends to come. Right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe there is a reason for that. And sometimes you got to look in the mirror and go, what do I got to work on? So challenge this week, write 2 or 3 things you need to work on. If you suck at inviting, find somebody who can invite really well and just mirror after them. If you suck at presenting, fucking record somebody. If you suck at leadership, start reading the right books. And if you're just weak, start hanging out with people that are strong.
Yeah.
If you want to lift heavier weights, hang out with Octavius. No brainers. All right, guys, I appreciate you. We got to go. So thank you for your time. Let's get rich together.
Yeah.